Welcome to this video on the recently announced and press conference of the Tommy Fury versus Darren Till fight. I just want to break it down, really, go through what sort of happened in the press conference, what I think is going to happen in the fight, and just give you a background of both fighters, really. So Darren Till, obviously an amazing prospect in MMA at one point in time, didn't really succeed at getting to that championship level. Did beat some great fighters, but in a sense did fail. Was highly touted, only a few years ago, and was an incredible fighter. Things went wrong. He didn't get the wins. Sort of that prospect. Some people are pushed up massively as a prospect, like he was. He was doing some great performances, and he had so many fans, and it brought in so much money for the UFC. He got pushed so far up by the UFC, and he's able to talk, he's able to fight. It's sort of that Conor McGregor type thing of, look, if you can talk and fight, you're going to earn the big bucks when you become a champion. And he just never made it. He's one of them prospects that didn't fulfill the potential that everyone thought he had, and whether that's just that was his level, or he couldn't get there, remains to be known. No one knows, really, but he has been obviously practicing with Chimaev, who's a current UFC fighter and very highly touted to get a championship shot very soon. And yeah, he's still been around the MMA scene, not been fighting, but has been thereabouts, and now is getting a big fight, a big money fight as well, against Tommy Fury. Darren Till, obviously not a boxer in general, MMA fighter, and Tommy Fury, obviously a boxer who's beaten the likes of KSI, Jake Paul, but has never really went to that professional level of fighting and actually fought anyone of note in boxing. The press conference, Darren Till, great talker again, trying to, I think, push people to buy the event, clearly, but also showed that actually he's not scared of Tommy Fury. He's trying to make Tommy Fury think a bit differently to his other opponents, where he knew, no one's going to ever, he's going to have the better experience in boxing, better experience in the ring. And actually, I do think that, especially at high level, fighting in general, Darren Till's fought a high level of opponent and had the level of event that this will be. I think he's fought at the level where he's had thousands upon thousands of fans in the arena, and he's fought great opponents. So I think Darren Till will almost definitely do better than KSI. I think he will do better than Jake Paul. I think he's a good enough boxer. I say better than Jake Paul. I think it'll be very much similar level to Jake Paul. Purely that, though, he's done MMA for years. He's definitely done boxing in that time as well, his practice. But it's slightly different when Tommy Fury's been practicing purely boxing for most of his life. Also, Darren Till, MMA, that was, last professional fight was a while ago now. What has he done since? Has he kept, he's been in the Chimaev camp and around it, but has he actually been practicing, keeping his body in perfect health, not getting serious injuries, keeping himself fit and healthy? Who knows, but sort of him not coming back from MMA fight sort of suggests he's probably not in the shape of his life that he has ever been at when he was at the peak of MMA. But neither's Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury hasn't had a fight in a while. He's been doing a lot of... there's been a lot of news outside the ring about him and his family, which will not help him. Darren Till's here to speak. First press conference, look, these things are going to come up, almost definitely. So does that help Darren Till, where he's got other things going on in his life? It certainly does, and he hasn't been in that ring fighting consistently. Clearly, he's looking for them big money fights that don't come up that often, because he's not looking for professional boxers. He's looking for these guys looking to get into the ring for the big money fights, and he is getting them, but they're few and far between. and it gets more and more difficult as you go on trying to get these fights. So, look, Darren Till's a great opponent. I think he won't get absolutely destroyed in 5 seconds, but I think Tommy Fury probably has the better boxing. But I think Darren Till does well. I think he shows him a few little bits where he doesn't look stupid in there. I think Tommy Fury gets it done by decision, but honestly, if someone's going to get a knockout, I think it's Darren Till. I think Darren Till will just go in there and go for it, whereas Tommy Fury, I think he has to be more technical, goes for a decision, doesn't try to get him out of there as much and have a risk of him getting knocked out. I think that's a major problem for Tommy Fury, where he won't want to get knocked out in an influencer event, because that sort of kills the events in the future. He will never get them fights again if he starts getting knocked out by a Darren Till. People go, well, that we've seen it now. We've seen it happen now. That money isn't there anymore, so I think it causes difficulty. I think Tommy Fury won't want to get anything close to being in danger with Darren Till, and Darren Till's up for it. He's up for a fight. He's been in MMA. He's had good fights in there. And look, I think he'll show a good presentation of himself. I think the boxing skill will be about Jake Paul's level, but I think he's got more heart and more openness to go, look, if I'm a bit hurt and I know I'm losing this fight through the rounds, I need to go for it, and I think he will. And I think that could be the problem for Tommy Fury if he starts getting hurt and he goes, look, I need to dig deep and just go for this now. That could be a problem. But please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.